now we have with us honorable guest, High Commissioner of United Kingdom in Pakistan. She just arrived in Pakistan few days ago, and she is the first female High Commissioner of UK in Pakistan, Jane Marriott.
Hamid, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me on
Welcome
the
to
show.
Pakistan, and welcome to our show Capital Talk. So first of all, please tell us that did you come Pakistan by choice or an obligation?
Do you know, I've actually always wanted to be posted to Pakistan. It's an absolutely amazing country. I visited twice before, in 2007 and I think 2018. And I always hoped that I would be posted here one day. So when work said to me, have you thought about applying for High Commissioner Pakistan when you finish in Kenya? Before they'd finished the sentence, I was signing up.
So you mentioned Kenya, where you were High Commissioner, and you was the first female High Commissioner of UK in Kenya also.
Yes.
Okay. So you have two distinctions. But you spent most of your career in conflict zones like Afghanistan, Iraq,
Yep.
Iran, Yemen, Kenya, and now Pakistan. So why is Pakistan important for you?
Well, I decided actually after Yemen that I'd had enough of conflict zones. And so I wanted to have a new direction of my life where there was less conflict and more harmony and more opportunities actually to really develop the partnership between the UK and the country to which I was posted. So Kenya for me was a new direction that I've continued with Pakistan, because I see Pakistan and our relationship with Pakistan not in that conflict zone category, but very much in the genuine historic strategic partnership and the importance that the two countries mean to each other.
So what are your initial thoughts about UK-Pakistan relations? Any challenge you see in your future?
So, I mean, there are always opportunities and challenges, but what I'm really looking forward to here and what I already feel is I feel at home. Actually, you know, I've not been here very long, but every Pakistani I've met so far, whether in a coffee shop or in the High Commission or even just in the studio, has been incredibly welcoming. And I'm really looking forward to working with Pakistanis as a people, with the government, on what things we can do together to, and this may sound naive, but it motivates me, how do we make the world a better place? Because there are so many challenges facing not just the UK, not just Pakistan, but the world today, whether we're talking geopolitics or climate, that threaten both of our interests together, but also provide opportunities together. So that's what I want to spend the next 3 to 4 years working on.
So you think that climate change is also becoming a big threat for the global security?
I think it's existential. But the challenge is that it's very hard to imagine what it looks like if you're sat in a nice air-conditioned studio. But the people who've been subject to floods, the people in London who have died when the temperatures hit 35 degrees, they're experiencing this on an everyday basis. So what can we do together to make the world better for our peoples?
So Pakistanis and the Indians are not the only one who are experiencing the climate change, floods, and change in the weather. The people in London are also facing the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I finished in Kenya in the middle of June, so I've not had long before I came out here. But I arrived in June in the middle of a heat wave, and it was high 30s, and in London, high 30s feels even hotter than it does here. And we're also not as well prepared for it in London. We don't have air conditioning, we don't have natural air conditioning. So, you know, it's a worry that we all need to be thinking about.
And I know that you like hiking.
Yes.
So where would you like to go in Pakistan for hiking?
Obviously to the north, to the mountains. You have the best mountains, I think, in the world, and I've seen quite a few mountains. I like Afghanistan's mountains as well, but yours are a little safer. But I've already been up to the Margalla Hills and went for a walk around F9 Park at the weekend as well. I have to say I was quite hot, so I needed to drink a lot of water.
And I also know that you are a vegetarian.
So I used to be vegetarian. I was
You used to
vegetarian.
be a vegetarian?
Yeah, for about 20 years. And then I developed something called celiac disease, which means that I react badly to gluten.
Okay.
So wheat, rye and barley. And at that point I thought, do you know, if it's my health or the little goat, I'm going to have to eat the goat. So I do eat meat.
So now you eat meat.
Now
so
I
there
eat
is
meat.
no problem in Pakistan.
Well, I think, Pakistan's vegetables, the dal is great anyway. So I would have been fine here as a vegetarian, but I've already tried some of your meat. It's great.
Okay, and when you were in Kenya, one of our dear friend and colleague Arsha was assassinated there. Did you raise the issue of his assassination in Kenya with the Kenyan government?
So although in many ways this isn't a matter for the UK because it's a Pakistani journalist in a third country, for me it was very much a human rights issue. So yes, I've raised some of the killings that have happened, and in particular the case of your colleague I have raised with the President, who I know is very concerned and wanted these things to be looked into.
Yeah, I asked this question because when you arrived, so there were some rumors on the social media, so I wanted to know that what was your role in that, and we are thankful that you raised the issue of his assassination with the Kenyan government. So do you see any high profile visits from UK in near future?
I really hope so. I'll be lobbying all the top people. I saw King Charles just before I came out here, and I know that he would love to come back to Pakistan. He's obviously got a very busy diary, so I can make no promises, but I hope we will have some senior visits here in my time.
And you hope that you will be able to compete in popularity. Your predecessor, Dr. Christian Turner, was very popular in Pakistan. So will you be able to compete, Dr. Christian Turner, in popularity?
Christian is an old friend, so I would never presume to compete with him, mainly because I might not win. But I'm certainly not as good at cricket as he is. Or as knowledgeable about cricket as he is, but I did go to the women's T20 game in the Oval between Australia and England women. In fact, a Pakistani friend took me to go and see it. So I'm developing my interest.
Yes, you are developing your interest.
Indeed.
So I will not ask any further strategic or political question because you just arrived in Pakistan. So
I think I'd be better at answering those than I would be cricket questions right now, though, to be honest.
Thank you very much.